Hello and welcome once again to FC Cymru, brought to you by Eat, Sleep, Footy, Repeat. And this is the glorious Llangefni Park, home of Newtown Football Club, but they're not here. That's because this is the JD Welsh Cup. And over there, Anglesey Nomad and Aberystwyth Town are fighting it out for the honour to raise it at the end of the day. Now, this is not Lawrence Mora, you may have noticed. That's because it's Abigail Davies, and that's a good thing because Lawrence has no idea what's going on the show today, whereas Abigail does.
That's right, and we've been to Anglesey to find out how Llangefni do things in the Welsh Alliance.
Not only that, but you must have a favourite Welsh football shirt. Well, we know a man who pretty much owns them all, and we've been for a fantastic trip down memory lane to see them.
But first of all, I went along to Swansea University against Cardiff University in varsity. Swansea are currently sat top of Welsh Division 3, so I went down to find out a little bit more about how they do things. So, despite being from Cardiff Met, I've been sent here today for Swansea against Cardiff in varsity. Guys, I know you might be too old for this, but thanks, very much appreciated. So, I know how they do it at Cardiff Met, I know their setup, I know the way they play, but let's find out how Swansea do it. So, Dav, top of Division 3, on the verge of back-to-back promotions. How proud are you of the way the boys have adapted to the senior league?
Yeah, they've gone to another level, to be fair, from last year, and they've learnt quickly and they're still improving, so it's exciting.
Has this surpassed what you were even expecting for you to achieve at this point?
I think so, yeah. I think we're comfortably ahead of schedule in where we are with the philosophy and our culture and our direction. You know, I can't fault the players. They've been magnificent. They've bought into everything. They're enjoying it. They're investing extra time into their football as well as the high academics, and we can't really ask much more at the moment.
It's been a long journey from a few of the boys who started it off even before I was here in Swansea Division 4, and now to get into the Welsh leagues and show how we play our football. We like to play like the Swansea way, so we're all very happy with how we've done, and just the final push now to get into the Welsh Division 2.
We come from different backgrounds to all these teams we're playing against, but you know, we just got to keep it to ourselves and focus on our studies as well as focusing on the league. And you know, if we keep doing that, then we should keep progressing, and then we can hopefully get promoted again next season.
And how important was it for you to instill that passing philosophy and to have them play in that football here?
Yeah, I just thought it suited the club, really. It is something I believe in, but I would always, you know, do what would be right for groups of players. But we have good facilities, you know, at Swansea City where we train at Fairwood. We have wonderful grass field here, as you can see. So, you know, the facilities, and two, the type of players we have makes it a natural progression for us to have this philosophy, and I think it's helped them grow. It's still in process, but yeah, delighted where we're at the moment.
It's good to be involved in a team that wants to pass and wants to play, and obviously Daff, you know, he's the one who's drilled that into us, and it's great.
I reckon it definitely attracts boys. I think it's because they want to play football. They want to play not academy style football, but a good passing philosophy that some teams are Welsh Prem and that don't play. Daff definitely understands. We are student athletes. Like, we do like to have a drink, we like to go out and have a good time, but if we have a big game and we have training sessions, attendance mandatory, you have to be there. Don't go out before nights, don't go out the few days before we have a big game. So it's definitely a good balance there. We have a good time at the right times.
I think sometimes the more structure you can give any athlete, whether it's through academics or anything else, it actually helps them in their sport to train, to manage their time, to manage their discipline and their attitude. So, you know, they tend to be more organised with the structure, with the coaching, with the sessions, because they're very good students and they're academically, you know, intelligent and disciplined. So I think they go hand in hand, to be honest. The demands athletically and academically, I think if they show good skills in one, they tend to show good skills in the other. So as long as they show respect to the club and what we do, you know, I think they're on a good journey, so it's good.
Zarin, and this is Eddie. And they're Llangefni Nomad fans. Boys, welcome to a glorious Latham Park. This is nice, I like this.
Beautiful day. Not bad football either, to be honest. So nice little 3-1 lead at the moment. So I don't know how long's left, like, but fair dues. I think 1,400 here as well. It's good for Welsh football. So I'm happy with the day so far.
Yeah. And how about your season then? How's your season been going?
It's been terrific. Before we come second last season, I think this coming into this season, we wanted to retain that. Being realistically, I don't think we could, win the championship this season. Just try and retain second place. But I think the licensing thing coming out the day before the season ended kind of disrupted our rhythm going into the last game of the season because we already knew we were in Europe. So it's like we're thinking ahead of the final. Maybe that's an excuse, I don't know. But it's the worst we played in 2.5 years under Andy Morrison. But we're here today. It feels like we've won the double. We've finished up in there in the league, and hopefully we're going to cling on and win the Welsh Cup for the first time in our history, which is amazing. I think I'll cry after the game, mate. It's going to be emotional.
Aaron, what did it mean to you then? Cup first time, as you said, didn't it?
It would mean a lot. I think we're not the best supported club, but the supporters we do have are very, very loyal, fiercely loyal. We've got people who've been at the club 30, 40, 50 years. And it'll just mean everything. Hopefully, Welsh Cup win will bring the fans out next season because we've got a lot of competition for support. We've obviously been very close to the English border, very close to Wrexham, very close to Chester. But as I say, Llangefni, it's a big place. We should have more support. Hopefully we can. That was a good tackle.
It was a good tackle. That was very timely, that.
Yeah, but it'd mean a hell of a lot. I've been following the club for, I think this is my 11th year now, since I was about 10 years old. And been ups and downs, but yeah, it should be absolutely brilliant.
He's been literally banging the drum over there at the back of the stand all the way through the game. It's been fantastic to hear. Right, now you see this here. There's a lovely classic Nomads shirt there. We love a classic retro shirt on FC Cymru and on Eat, Sleep, Flush, Repeat, and we've been to a man that knows more about them than anything else.
We all love football, right? We love football, we're cool. Cool because we love football. We love Wales Away, we love beer, we love songs. But more than all that, there's a little bit of geekiness, isn't there? And that's football shirts. Our love of football shirts. And that's what we're here to talk about with the Wales maestro of football shirts, Shaky Match Worn. So we've had a lot of chat recently about Wales Away and in particular of this beautiful kit. Now I think it's beautiful. There's been some complaints, Shaky. Some people are saying it's a little bit dull, it's a little bit identikit. First of all, number 9 on the front. This is an official Sam Vokes shirt, isn't it, mate? How'd you get hold of this?
Well, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I know Sam, what a great guy he is, and he's always, along with my good friend Dave Edwards, they've always kind of looked after me with Wales shirts. And I got a sort of pleasant message last week saying, I've got a little present to send you. You haven't moved house, and then a few days later, the shirt arrived through the post along with his match pennant, which the players are all issued with these days. And so to say I was kind of buzzing for a few weeks, I will be for a few more weeks, is an understatement. No, it was fantastic to get it, and I was always of the opinion with the shirt that you really should wait until it's fully dressed, and when I say that I mean it has the numbers on it, the names on it, the match details, and when later on it'll have sleeve badges.
And for me,
on it.
Seeing it under floodlights,
Yeah.
because just seeing it out there in
action,
China,
yeah.
I liked it when I first saw it. I loved it when I saw it being used in China. That was the bit for me, and I think, but in maybe the publicity photographs, I was a little bit, maybe it's not as.
No, I mean, because it looks very ordinary. It looks very plain when it's very understated. And for me, I don't mind ordinary. I don't mind plain. That's traditional for me. But when you see it dressed, I sort of reserve my judgment until I saw it in action on the players, because it does have a completely different look of it. And I thought, yeah, that's fantastic. And to get one so early after the China game was It's a dream come true, really, for me.
Because we've got a history of white shirts, right? So obviously we can't go through every single white shirt, but we picked out a couple of beauties. Talk us through this one, because first of all, this is very much of its era, isn't it? With the this is an Umbro. This is Barry Horn's.
It's called the Christmas tree by a lot of people because of the red and green across the top, but you know, I'd like to say maybe it's even dragon's teeth or something.
Oh, I like that, dragon's teeth.
But that's better than the Lotto one that Bobby Gould was supposed to have input on, which gets called the Dragon Tooth kit. But it is very much of its time. It's fantastic. Well, They introduced the scroll again. You know, the scroll was reintroduced on this kit, and then the home kit, the equivalent home kit, at the same time. And Umbro were sort of at their prime at this time.
Yeah. Can I ask you about this?
Yeah.
Is this the captain's armband? Is that?
Yeah. Back in the day, before Wales specifically bought, I think it might have even been Kappa or possibly Lotto, but definitely Kappa, introduced specific captain's armbands. Barry Horn used to use tape, and on this particular game he used flesh-coloured tape, and it's still attached to the shirt, which is absolutely brilliant for me because it adds authenticity.
For some people they'll love it, for others it'll be a little bit Marmite. This one I love. We're going to move on to Hummel. Late 80s. That is a thing of beauty and much underused, in fact.
Yeah, it was very underused.
Very underused.
In fact, the reason this was my sort of second holy grail, the one that I was trying to find. This was officially Wales' first ever white shirt that was worn in action by the first team. In 1988, September 88, we played away in Holland. We lost 1-0. Now that sounds like a hell of an achievement, but Neville Southall was man of the match that day, and I had an absolute worldie. But for the game, obviously, we had a yellow away Hummel kit, and we had a red home kit. And as we found out with the Adidas white kit, it's constituted a clash, the two kits. So for that one game, we ended up wearing red home shorts and white socks, and we ended up wearing this one-off kit that is really, really, really rare. I just so happened to acquire one 18 months ago. Dean Saunders is from a Dutch player, and then this one came up for sale. Again, it had come originally from a Dutch player's collection. It's Peter Nicholas's.
Is that because they swapped shirts at the end of the game?
Yeah. And that, a lot of people didn't even know it existed because it was never ever sold as a replica shirt.
Is that right? So
never available commercially.
Yeah.
And there were two sets made. There was a short sleeve set, which is what they wore on the night against Holland, and there's a long sleeve set, because at the time the Welsh players who played for the first team were only issued with one shirt. So if they swapped it, that was it. They didn't get another shirt. So they only had the opposition swap player shirt, which to some of them didn't matter if they'd swap with
Rijkaard or Hullet
whoever. But then obviously, I think Van Basten swapped with Ian Rush that day, and actually Van Basten asked Ian Rush to tell the story, because obviously that was famously remembered by Welsh fans at that time that it was Alan Nill's only appearance for Wales, and he marked Marco Van Basten. So obviously the rumour started that Van Basten swapped with Alan Nill, but apparently it's in Ian Rush's collection, and Ian Rush was asked by Van Basten if he would swap after the game.
So, full time here at Latham Park, and Connah's Quay Nomads have made history by winning the tournament for the first time. Before we catch up with the two managers, let's find out what happened when we went to Anglesey to visit Llangefni.
Right, so we're in the ultras end of Llangefni. This is Griffith. Griff, you invited us up here. Why did you get in touch with us, man?
Because why not? You know, this is a team I support, so I just commented, you'll come down here.
It's in your blood, right? This is a team that's very close to your heart and a club you've watched for years.
Yes, I live not far off from Llangefni, about 5 miles away. I went to the school in Llangefni, and I've started watching football and playing football when I was at school. Many years ago, Llangefni took on a lot of local lads. They proceeded into winning all sorts of trophies.
It's pretty muddy out there.
Yeah.
Like, how much work is this going to take, putting it back together? Oh, hang on. Oh!
Go on, put it in.
Go on, lads.
Put it in. Oh, yes. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the weather, really, isn't it? You know, after today now, we won't be able to put the tractor on to do the spaking and put the roller on until we have, say, 2 days dry weather before even starting on the pitch. But we're supposed to have a game next Tuesday, but obviously.
Has it been a tough winter, or is this kind of standard?
No, it's been a tough winter, yes. And probably, obviously, we've got 2 teams. We've got a reserve side, so it's whatever play on this pitch, really.
So what's so special about this club? Tell me what's special.
It's very special to many people because a lot of children come through our ranks.
All these lads are local lads. Some of them play for when I used to run the junior. Some of the players are on the pitch today, so I'm quite proud. Of course, yes.
Yeah. We're about to score here.
Go on.
It's a good chance anyway.
Go on. Oh, come on. Yes.
It wasn't a bad strike, if I'm honest. It's a good strike.
Yeah, as I say, it's tough out there, so we just tried to get what I could in it. So, just a slight mistake from the centre back, so just swung my foot, and a bit of luck, it went straight in the top corner. So. Just hopefully we hung on now.
You've been clinging on a little bit second half, haven't you?
We have, yeah. These boys are decent. They're used to playing this pitch week in, week out, and there's a lot of big lads on there, so it's suiting them down to the ground, really.
Yeah. If you've got slightly dodgy hamstrings, was the celebration? Talk us through. Is that good for the hamstrings?
In hindsight,
I'm a
probably.
centre half. I didn't celebrate anything, so.
In hindsight, probably not the best thing to do, but the red mist comes over when you score the goal in. Yeah. Just happy to get a goal, to be honest.
And you lost to them on Easter Monday. So
Yeah, it was good to get a few lads back. We didn't have a goalkeeper or anything when we travelled over there on Monday, so it was good to get the lads back. And also, I asked them before the game for a reaction today, and I think we got that. They battled, the conditions were hard, and we got the 3 points. That's all that matters.
Is it important to have that local base?
Yes.
I guess
yes.
some clubs pay for money, don't they, for players to travel, but
it is. You need local players. If you don't get local players playing, then you don't get the support from the rest of the community in Llangefni. But at the moment, most 99% of the players we've got playing here today are from Llangefni.
Yeah, I've told them many times this season it's the best dressing room that I've ever had. They play here for nothing. We're competing we're going for the league season after season. It's just they're fantastic. They're brilliant. I can't ask for more. It's just we're dropping points in stupid games, but it's still there. We'll carry on until the end.
Clubs like this, it's the heart of the community.
Of course it is. But
it needs the volunteers. It needs
people
to put their love
exactly
into it.
That is the problem. That's why they've asked me, come back on, and I've said no. I'm 67. I've done my bit. We need new people to come in, which is very difficult. And I remember my son, he told me a few years back, as I say, I was a treasurer, worried about different things, and when he turned around and said, "Dad, why do you do it?" But I do it because I love the club.
So Andy, congratulations. Can you sum up how you're feeling at this moment?
Very proud. I got a lot of family here. The players have got their family, and it's the right result. For us to knock TNS out of the cup and then knock Bangor out the way we did, and then play the way we did, we thoroughly deserved to have won the Welsh Cup this year.
Wayne, commiserations. Tough game. Your thoughts then?
Yeah, obviously disappointed. Hot day. Goals we conceded, very disappointed from our behalf. In terms of we chased the game, you're going in 3 goals down, you come back, we score 1, we get a goal disallowed to go 3-2. We've seen the video, disappointed in that because it's past the line by most probably half a yard, but obviously the ref, no fault there. But if it goes into 3-2 and he's got about 30 minutes to play, you're obviously in with a big chance then. That was most probably the key factor from our point of view, but in reflection and a coaching point of view, I think the way we conceded the goals weren't good enough.
Oh, and there we are then. Another edition of FC Cymru is done, and what a fantastic one it was as well. Enjoy that.
Thoroughly enjoyed that. What an advert for the Welsh Premier League. And I'd just like to say from everyone here at FC Cymru, congratulations to Llangefni Nomads and good luck in Europe next season.
Yeah, commiserations to Aberystwyth Town as well. Good luck with your next season. And yeah, as ever, do reach out and touch us. All our social media details are across the bottom of the screen as you see them. But from us at Llangefni Park, ta-da!